Hey everybody, it's Chief here. Just looks like the stream is good. Hey, what's going on, Kine? Trick? Anybody else that might be watching? Appreciate you guys coming by. Um, and so yeah, so today is my supposed to be my stream for talking war robots, and I've scheduled for the stream today. Supposed to be favorite bots and builds, and discussion about the upcoming new pilots, the feature that Pixonic is bringing to War Robots. Um, the special guest for today is Islander of Islander War Robots. He's another YouTuber. Pretty sure most of you know him. Unfortunately, he has not shown up in the Discord just yet, so I'm not sure if there's something, hopefully something didn't happen to him. Hopefully he's fine. But yeah, we were confirmed for today's stream. Had been in contact with him, so hopefully he's just running a little late. But I will do my best with what we have here. And anybody that is tuning in specifically for Islander, hopefully, hopefully he shows up um, for the stream. Let me know if any of the audio is off, or you guys can't hear me, or the music's too loud, whatever the case might be. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by, Jesse. All right, and all right. Okay, so it looks like yeah, he's on island time. He might be. Actually, I think he's I believe he's in like California or Texas. Not exactly sure where. I don't quite remember. Um, but yeah, I wanted to try and keep the topics a little balanced with today's stream. So something kind of positive. Bots and builds, some of our favorites. I'm sure all of you have favorites. I know I do. Well, I have quite a few favorites. And the pilots, I think that one could get a little more on the negative side, but we'll talk it out, and you guys can share your thoughts on things, and let me know what you think of the new feature that they're coming out with. Um, and I will do my best to cover everything. Wasting away again in Margaritaville. Yeah, maybe so. um, so yeah, when we can kind of get into the oh hey thanks kind, that's much appreciated. Get into some of our favorite bots and builds. I think that's pretty pretty broad topic. I mean, there's a ton of robots and weapon combinations that people can use, and that does kind of, I don't know, it kind of overlaps a little bit with the pilots, talking about diversity. But we'll get into more on the pilots in a minute. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have some favorite robots or builds, past or present, let me know in the chat. I can talk a little bit about mine, and maybe, I don't know, I can possibly pull them up if I have them available on my iPad here. But I think when I was first starting the game, one of my favorite robots was the Golem, and I think it was probably a tie between the Golem and the Gareth. Both of them, I love the shotgun builds on those robots. They're at least for me, they were a ton of fun. At least when I first started playing. A little disappointed the Golem is no longer in the game. Hopefully they do bring it back because it was a unique platform. You know, I mean, it was the only robot that had one of each weapon slot type, light, medium, and heavy. And it was great for the newer players, especially when they're first acquiring different weapons. You know, you only have one of them, and you know, what are you going to put it on? Well, put it on a Golem and test it out. And of course, the Gareth was just a ton of fun when I was playing. Nowadays, my tastes are just a little different. I mean, while I still like them, Viper and Tad, thanks for coming by. If I don't shout your name out in the chat, I apologize. Doing my best to kind of refer back and forth. Finally got your Ares, put 2 Marquis and Storm. I haven't tried that combination. I know the Marquis is surprisingly good for a light weapon, and Storm are always good. Hellstrike, hey, what's going on? But yeah, so my tastes nowadays are a little bit different on my favorite robots and builds. Yeah, see if I can get over to the right screen here. Okay, got my iPad up. The Blitz is quickly becoming one of my favorites now, but then again, I'm kind of partial to shotgun builds for some reason. But wow, with that buff they gave him, he's a little monster. I mean, he can dish out a ton of damage, and his survivability has actually been really good. And the Nemesis is I like him a lot better than the Ares. For me, I don't know. He's underpowered for you know, what he carries. He only has the 2 medium slots, but wow, he's a lot of fun to play. Just constantly, you know, working with the shield and trying to maneuver and get in and out of cover. It's just, he's been a lot of fun. Strider, Becky's favorite is the Strider. Strider, I'm not as good a pilot as Becky is on the Strider, but and when you come across a good Strider pilot, he or she is really difficult to take down. Um, I still need to work on my piloting skills on a lot of the bots. Uh, Tulumba, Nemesis Tulumba. Uh, yeah, that's a good build. I had that actually when I was running the Nemesis in my longer range hangar for a little while. Um, does really good on maps, some of the longer maps like when you're holding down center beacon on Yamantau. A Nemesis with Talumbas can really dish out a lot of damage and hold down center really good. Um, Viper likes the shock trains. I've never had a shock train, to be perfectly honest. And every time I run across them in a match, they're the ones that I'm targeting to kill. I think they're shock trains are kind of like Hydra. Uh, they're actually very effective, but they're so annoying, and they can cause people to rage, and you end up, you know, you'll do anything just to take them out. Um, Mid-range support Nemesis, yeah, definitely. That's a great bot. The Nemesis is just, in my opinion, a very underrated bot. There's a lot of people that kind of like, oh, it's a Nemesis, whatever, and he's strong. He's real strong, and he does quite well. The Ares, I mean, I have him in there. He's not really a fun bot for me. Um, the White Dragon, I love his loadout. Those two heavy weapon slots are awesome, and man, he's fun because he's so fast. Um, so yeah, he's a ton of fun. Let me see what else do I got in here in my hangar. Um, this Minder build is a lot of fun to play. You run a long range hanger. Um, highly recommend this. 600 meters, the Marquee and the Pulsar. It's a good combination, and it works pretty well on the Mender. And keep all the rest of your camper teammates alive with the Mender and still do some damage. Um, one of my favorite bots that's kind of not my favorite anymore, but I had a ton of fun playing him was the Bulwark with Tridents, and it took a lot of skill, you know, to actually get the angles and hit just right the right spot to get the splash damage where you wanted it to go, and then manage your shield. Uh, it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, he. Oh, okay. So Eddie got called into work. All right. Well, thanks for letting me know on that kind. Hopefully, I'll be able to get him maybe into another episode. Hey, what's going on, TEI and Orion? Um, Spectre with shock trains and lockdown module is fun. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're the guy I don't want on the red team. Um, that's uh, that's I don't see that as being fun, especially when well, I'm only getting hit by it. But I don't know. But hey, that's what this episode is here for. This stream. Um, Not always going to agree with you, but you'll definitely have a forum to let me know what you think. Um, let me see what else we got going on here. Trick loves the Invader. Yeah, the Invader is a lot of fun too. Um, that health, ooh, ton of health. I know Trick used to really enjoy the Falcon. Um, haven't really seen too many Falcons recently. I think there's just other stronger options that people are going to, but Falcon can still be a pretty fun bot. Mickey's ready for Cinco de Mayo. Today is Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, so to anybody that's a Cinco de Mayo celebrator, hopefully you don't drink too much and definitely don't drink and drive. But feel free to drink and play War Robots, because that's okay to do. Green Dragon with Hydra. You know, a lot of people dislike the Hydra, and I'm one of them. I hate getting hit by the Hydras, but boy, it sure is fun to annoy people with them. Uh, what is my favorite Ragnarok bot? My favorite Ragnarok bot is the Fenrir. I still don't have one. Uh, I'm holding out some luck or some hope that I'll pick him up before the event is over. And if I do, you will definitely see some Finra videos coming out of me. Really strong bot. Not everybody's cup of tea, but I really like tanking and just in your face brawling. Um, they're they're a ton of fun. Um, do I have? And I've got a ton of robots. Oh, a really fun Strider build that I found is the Calamity and Spark, and that's when you get up close with that, it can just melt right through some people. Guess he's trying to get a Loki. You can use it somewhat like a pursuer, but more sneaky. I have a Loki. I'm not. Oh, hold on 1 second, guys. Um, looks like Eddie's trying to give me a call here. Hold on. All right, everybody. Sorry about that brief pause there. Yeah, looks like that was Islander. He was just shooting me a call and letting me know that he did get called into work. So I think he's going to try and pop on and say hello. Um, and uh, but we're going to have to kind of carry on this stream. Looks like without him. Um, but if anybody from my clan wants to kind of get into comms, you're more than welcome also. So that everybody that's watching doesn't have to just hear my voice. And but let's see, where was I? Over here. Hey, what's going on, Morgoth? Funny videos with the Loki. Yeah, the Loki is, telling you, he's a ton of fun to play. Um, Great in a squad, a full squad. He can be really good. Um, Sometimes it's hard, at least for me, to find some consistency with the Loki, just with the quantum radar and everything else that is out on the field. Sometimes it can be a little tough. But oh boy, when he works, oh he can really turn a battlefield. And Hell Strike's hoping to get the Eldritch Aries. Call that the green booger. Well, there's a little difference. That's the green booger Aries, and I think everybody's kind of sticking with that nickname. And oh, hey, what's going on? That looks like Islander is there in chat. Um, so so yeah, we'll be hopefully getting Islander on to another episode, maybe next weekend. I'll try and work out the details. Is the live stream playing? It should be playing. Looks like it's good on our end. No, so if it's not playing, maybe he's not hearing me. But I uh, I also talk or refer to the Loki as the little booger, um, 'cause- and he's running around and he's got his weapons put on his back. He's kind of funny looking and Yeah, I think Islander's just kind of sneaking in a quick break from work so he can pop on and at least say hello to y'all. So that's mighty nice of him. He's a great guy, and anybody that hasn't heard of Islander, I highly recommend you check out his channel. He There's a link to his channel in the description for this video. Um, he He's very opinionated, but he's a very fair person. Uh, so he has no problem calling out Pixonic if there's something that is not so great that they're coming out with. He will let you know, and that's what I really like about him. So it's kind of why I thought he would be a great guest for this topic of pilots. They were just a poor design, being that they're a kinetic weapon. Um, it with the number of shields you have in mid to upper league play, they most of the time they're not even going to hit most of their targets. So unfortunately, they're not, in my opinion, very good weapons. Um, think I think Pixonic should probably, and it's the same thing with the Sting. The Sting is also kinetic, and fortunately, it doesn't really hit the targets through the shield. And there's so many bots with shields now that the opportunity's not there. Hey, what's going on, Dan? Oh, all right. Looks like Islander can hear us now. So, hey, Islander, thanks for coming by, saying hi. Hopefully, work is going well for you, and be more than happy to uh, reschedule you to come on another episode. Just kind of look over the chat here. I'm hopefully not missing too much of it. Viper thinks pilots could make the game too complicated. Modules, boosters, or no. Um, I don't disagree with that. I think it can definitely make it pretty complicated. I don't really personally view the pilots as pilots. I view them as really fancy modules. They just call them pilots. But it's just another piece of equipment to put on the robot, and I think for me, I kind of like the idea of the customization, and I think it's going to help the game in the long run with bringing more variety to the battlefield. But I can definitely see how they could be a little overly complicated, and at least looking at what they had on test, I think that's kind of what they're doing. I think it could be a little more simple than they have it, but the corrosion weapons are a letdown. Jesse says, "Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think they were hyped up pretty big when they were getting tested, and then they got released, and they just it's kind of hard to find a spot for them in the game. Um, Vipers, I think, are the best out of the corrosion weapons. Um, but even with the Vipers, I think that there's room for improvement on those. And Dan thinks that pilots are going to make free to play extremely difficult unless they seriously fix the economy. Um, well, depending on how they release pilots, how you can get pilots, I think there's just so many questions still out there on how pilots are going to be implemented. If pilots are only purchasable with real money, I think yeah, it's gonna kill free to play. And I do run a free to play alt account, so I do feel the pain on that. Um, and I don't know, but that aside, I think Pixonic might be, and it just might be my my view on it, but I think they might be looking at pilots as a way to infuse the economy, as in, okay, say you get a pilot and you're going to put him on your Leo, and you're going to give your Leo, 10% extra health, and then another, you know, he can heal every time he gets to a certain percentage of health or whatever these different things are, but basically they're going to be putting a lot more health on the battlefield, and health directly equates to silver, the silver payouts. So um, I think we are going to see some effect from pilots on the economy as an increase in the economy, but I certainly don't think that's going to be um, enough of a boost, because right now the silver economy especially is just it's terrible. I mean, I can do a million damage on my alt account and get 250,000 silver, and that's it. It's almost not worth, you know, leveling my gear anymore because I can't afford it. Jesse says we have a serious pay to win issue when Islander is looking forward to getting power cells in the arena. Um, yeah, I need them too. 1100 gold for 3000 power cells is that's tough to swallow, especially when you can go through that in a day. Just playing. It's Yeah, it's crazy. And some of the posts I've seen on Facebook where guys are getting like 50,000 gold and 150,000 um, power cells from farming the uh, the arena. I'm like, man, I don't know how much they're playing, but that seems like a crazy amount. Yeah, later, Trick. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you get some good grub over there. Viper, I really disagree with the current workshop. Personally, I think it takes too long to build a weapon or robot. By the time you do, they're probably nerfed and conversion sucks. Um, well, I don't think anybody's going to disagree that the conversion sucks. It absolutely does suck. And the workshop, um, I don't know. I get what you're saying. It takes a long time to build a full robot or a full weapon, but when they released the changes to the workshop, it was really kind of designed as a way to just kind of finish off weapons or robots that you already had components to. Unfortunately, they got rid of all the methods of getting components. So yeah, I guess the way it is now, since they took components basically out of every other part of the game, other than what is it? You get components in some of your clan tasks, um, and a few in your battle rewards crates. Um, I mean, you're looking at a maximum of 6 different components, a month that you're looking at getting. And it's so yeah, I mean, I agree. They're kind of forcing players to build full robots and weapons, and yeah, it's not a very user friendly way of doing it. It kills your resources quick, and it takes a while. Hey, what's going on, Dark Warrior? Is it over? No, it's not over. Um, so yeah, the and the conversion, I don't know. They they can get rid of the conversion as far as I'm concerned because it's kind of worthless to do. I think I've converted one thing, and that was because I needed like you know less than 100 components, and just didn't want to wait a whole nother day for it. But yeah, it's way too expensive, and it's crazy. Which pilot is the silver booster? Yeah. I don't doubt that they're going to come up with something like that where, uh, you know, there's pilots that have some kind of an effect on the payout from a match. Um, I don't think I don't think I like that idea, even though I mean technically I would be benefiting from a larger payout. But I think they should just fix the economy, and we wouldn't have to worry about finding a pilot that can do it for us. Now, they were talking about releasing super modules that cost more to activate. Yep. And that's I'm not going to be using any of those. I can tell you that. I can barely keep up on the power cells with the existing ones. There's no way I'm gonna be able to pay to double the use of the power cells. Um, Especially when I mean honestly half the time the abilities don't even work right. I mean, how many times have you tried using quantum radar and it won't target the guy that that's in stealth right in front of you, and you end up just wasting your power cells. It sucks, and I know it happens to a lot more people than just me. Um, or you hit your heal module, and you know you still get taken out by a shock train or something. Before it even has a chance to work, and there you are. You lost your power cells. What's up, Dominic? Thanks for coming by the stream, buddy. Yes, pilots do get an extra ability when they are matched to a specific bot. Basically, it's the legendary pilots. Each legendary pilot is basically has one additional ability at base level for specific robots. So, you know, for example, the Kyle Rogers, his additional ability only applies when he's piloting a Inquisitor. Um, that doesn't mean that you have to put him on an Inquisitor, but whatever you do put him on, he's they're not going to get that third ability or that extra ability that he has. Um, but I don't know. Really, I didn't see a huge difference, at least on the test server that they've released so far. A huge difference between the legendary and the non-legendary pilots, other than there's that extra ability for a specific robot. And I'm guessing that as they get higher than level 30, which I think was the maximum level on the test server for them, as they get higher levels, there's probably going to be more abilities available for the legendary pilots than there are for the I don't want to call them free pilots because they're not. I don't think they're going to be free. But the non-legendary pilots. Alright, so Jesse says, generally speaking, it takes about a month to build any weapon or robot. So to build 5 weapons, you're looking at 5 months. Yeah, and that's true. Um, one piece of advice I can give to somebody that's looking to use the workshop for building a robot or a weapon, first take a look at the. See if I can pull this up for you. Before you choose what you want to build, unless it's something that it's the only thing you care to build, that's fine. Then build whatever you want. But if you, it's not here. You take a look at the silver crates or the silver key chests and the gold key chests. And of course, the super chest if you play enough to reach a super chest. See what robots and weapons are not available in there, because I know at least for me, if I want to build like say, say I want a Spectre Ion, right? Ion's got a nice boost. They're doing some massive damage right now. It's pretty nice. I only have 2 of them, so if I want to get another one, well, I can't get it in a gold chest. It's not there. It's also not in a super chest, and it's not in a silver chest. So the ion is just not available through the chest system. So, you know, that would be a weapon that if I want it, I have to build it. So for me personally, and that's something I could recommend to other people, take a look at what's available or what you have a chance of getting in a silver or a gold chest. Because if you can get it in there, you just get the whole weapon or robot and it's free. So big bonus. Um, but knowing that not everything is in them, you have no chance of getting some of them. Like an ion, for example. Um, so maybe use your workshop to build those weapons or robots if they're not available. And I'm not sure why all of the weapons and robots were not added to the chests, but there are a few that are missing. Didn't they say pilots get an extra? Oh, sorry, I already kind of covered that. All my silver and gold boosters. Where was it? Piper says, I'll just use all my silver and gold boosters because I have at least 800 boosters. Well, geez, I have no boosters, so yeah, be careful because those 800 will you will run out, and they cost gold to get new ones. Um, Hellstrike, I heard that War Robots is going to add Eldritch Ares and Imperial Hades to the super chest after the event ends. Um, I kind of heard them say that in their stream, but then again, you kind of have to take that with a grain of salt because they might be just talking about, you know, the um, the paint jobs for the what was the Nemesis, and there's a couple other paint jobs that came out. So maybe those are going to be in there. I don't know. I would just be real cautious because they also said that Eldritch Ares and Imperial Hades will only be available during the event. So I mean, who knows? I mean, it would be great if they did put them in the super chest. I mean, super chest is definitely a lot better than it used to be now that it gives full robots and weapons. Sorry, I'm trying my best to keep up with the chat here. I'm a little slow with my brain damage, so bear with me. Uh, Ryan says how June Ares OP bots will have their special pilots. Yeah, those pilots boost bots, but there's a takeaway, so we have to train other skills to balance the takeaways. Yeah, some of the robots or some of the pilot abilities did have like a negative impact of sorts, but overall it's still a boost. And I mean, I think there's got to be a lot more testing done with the pilots because I mean, I can throw a pilot on a Strider, for example, and give him additional health, additional, you know, or decrease the time for using his healing module or whatever module I have on him. But then also I can train into a self heal of 7.5% every time he uses his ability. Well, Strider has 5 abilities, and then they just decrease the amount of time for the reuse on it to 10 seconds from 12 to 10 seconds. So I mean, gosh, I can heal my Strider, up a ton just by dashing across the map. I think that might be a little bit OP. So I think they really need to instead of cutting and pasting most of the abilities, which is kind of what they did. I think they need to take a look at each specific robot and really think hard about, okay, well, can this be, uh, you know, too much for this specific robot? Or, I mean, we're players. We're going to try and find, some way to get the most benefit out of whatever they release to the game, So, we're going to take advantage of anything like that if they put it in. All right. Looks like I learned how to go back into work. But Eddie, if you are watching later, thanks for at least popping on. And I look forward to getting you onto the next show. I will take that few pints of ice cream. I definitely need a few pints of ice cream a day. I will I will be happy to do that. And if Ben and Jerry's is listening to this, please sponsor me. Please. That's all I have to say about that. All right. So I mean, what do you guys think overall, other than the pilot name? You know, do you Are you looking forward to pilots seeing the pilots come into the game, or you know, kind of rather just not have them at all and just kind of carry on like we've been doing? Personally, I'm a little excited. I'm a little hesitant, at the cost. Looking at all the places where they have gold, even though it says zero on the test server, I know it's not going to say zero when it comes around to the live server. But I'm looking forward to the diversity. I mean, if I can throw in Aries on the field, for example, but instead of boosting him up with a bunch of damage, extra damage, maybe I can boost him up with health and make him a little tankier, so he fits my playstyle that much more. Or just some of the older bots. If I mean you have a good pilot and you throw him on there, and you can make a Leo survive better. Of course, I think the Leo is always going to be a big bag of silver for most people in upper leagues, but it could could make some of the older bots more viable. I really think that it can. Um, what if a pilot is arachnophobic and you put him in an invader? Well, he'll be in a small safe space. Maybe it'll be okay. I don't know. Good question. And a Warrior YT, he hates the pilots. Why do you hate the pilots? I mean, you know, Dark Warrior's looking forward to the pilots. It'll be a new level of customization. Yeah, and that's kind of where I am. Of course, I would be just as happy if they would just let us customize the paint jobs on the robots, even if it's just from a color palette or something. Let us change the tint on the robots. I don't know, anything. Um, I mean, I want my hangar to be mine, specific to me. Um, I think uh, I think pilots would do that as far as the combat aspect. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Den says I pilot on a Cossack. Hell yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, you could actually. I know some of the older bots on the test server. I mean, people were throwing a legendary pilot or a max trained pilot on something like a, GI patent, and they were pulling 1 million damage with just that one bot. So we'll see how that translates once it hits the live server after some more testing. But that's why I think it's really going to make some of the older bots a little more viable. Um, but it can also at the same time it's going to make some of the OP bots a little more OP. And Viper says pilots should be just a story like in the WR world. There are pilots, the pilot robots. Well, because otherwise pilots could become the next pay-to-win thing. Well, unfortunately, there's always going to be some aspect of pay-to-win. It's inevitable. I mean, there's really I can't think of too many games other than like solitaire or chess that you can play that has no aspect of pay-to-win. Um, I think for the most part, War Robots has done okay as far as trying to limit that, and I'm sure some people are gonna disagree with me, and that's fine. But here's the reason why I say that. Right now in the game, other than the brand new, you know, um, you know, Imperial Hades and whatever, um, you can make every robot or weapon in the game. So without paying a dime, you can have every piece of content in the game. It's harder. It takes longer. Making the resources to do it is tough, but it's possible. Um, so yeah, I mean it's all available for a non-paying player. Um, it's just harder to do. You're not going to do things as fast as somebody that just goes and buys a robot or buys a weapon or you know somebody that can afford to buy the gold every day to feed their power cell habit. Um, it's I don't know. I know free play is a big topic amongst most online gamers, but there's also a fine line where they got to make money in order to make the game. Um, so it's kind of I don't know. I can see it on both sides. Um, but I also do feel the pinch when I'm playing my free play account. It's real tough sometimes. Some days, and trying to get to the level of play I want to be in with a free account is tough. Morgoth is excited about adding a new dimension to the game, but as always, not looking forward to the economy that will accompany it. And I'm with you 100% on that. I'm really most concerned about how much these things are going to cost. Yeah, paint job. Viper says I think paint jobs should be more affordable. I agree. I think no paint job should be more than like 500 gold. You know, um, I think it's just sad that some of the paint jobs, for something like um, gosh, let me see if I can. Sorry, you're inviting me to a squad. I'm streaming right now. I apologize. I can't accept. Um, Let me see if I can find some of these ridiculous paint jobs. I mean, that's cheap. Cossack is cheap. Um, EI patent 2,500 gold for that paint job. It's cool. It has a skull on it. I'll give him that. But really, 2,500 gold for a paint job on a patent? No. I mean that's ridiculous. They need to go back in there and they need to change some of the costs. Um, and they have done it. The one that I know that they changed the cost of a paint job on recently was the hover. The the hover's paint job used to be 2,500. Um, and they did lower that down to 1,000. Of course, I don't know. It's kind of an ugly paint job too, but um, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm all about the paint jobs. I love my paint jobs, but yeah, I wish they were a little bit cheaper. What would be cool is if we could design clan insignias, color schemes that we could apply to our bots. I don't know why they don't let you do that in this game. I know that feature is available in a lot of other games, and I don't know why they couldn't do it. Even if it was just the clan leader had 50 different icons to choose from and different color schemes, and you had your clan banner or something. Um, that showed up, on the window when they were, somebody was looking at your hangar, or you could maybe have like spray painted on a small area of a robot. It wouldn't be hard to do. It wouldn't take a lot of work on their end, but it would really bring the community together, especially on the clan. You have a sense of pride in the clan you're in. Um, I think that's a great idea, and hopefully somebody from Pixonic uh, can listen and make that happen. Um, I don't know that I have anybody from Pixonic listening to my live streams or watching my live streams, but I mean, eventually I'm sure I will. And you know, but in the meantime, I mean, ideas like that. I mean, seriously, use the end game, the end game help menu and submit the recommendation. It's I mean, it's right here. You can just click help, and there's a section in here to contact them. Just contact them, make a recommendation. Who knows? If they get enough people requesting something, they might make it happen. Dominic says pilots will widen the gap between the haves and the have-nots, but should appeal to the paying base, which ultimately is what supports the game. I kind of agree with that. Um, But I still think that adding a pilot to an old bot, if it makes it stronger, it makes it more viable. And anything that makes some of the older content more viable, I think is big for the have-nots. It's just a matter of, you know, will they be able to get access to this new feature? And if they make this new feature strictly, for the paying customers, I think that would be a huge mistake. And I mean, so far they haven't done that with anything else, so I don't know why they would do that with pilots. Um, but we'll have to wait and see. Piper says something that takes 5 months to develop while you grind every day is crazy. Short the time by a month. I'm not exactly sure what he was. Right, and like a lot of other games that have a VIP type of thing, you know, why not add an extra upgrade slot, to people with VIP? Maybe give one weapon and one robot upgrade slot to everybody. so that you can upgrade the two things at the same time, and then maybe add a free one to the VIP. I mean, the VIP, even though it gives you a little extra silver, and it does cut your upgrade times in half. Man, that silver isn't enough to make up the difference with that upgrade time. So I think VIP is still lacking, for 15 bucks a month. Do I use VIP? Yes, I do. Um, I, 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 I'm trying my best to farm and get, as many of the robots. I mean, right now I'm building a Bulgasari. He's almost done. Do I want one? No, I don't want one. But I want one available in case, one of you viewers wants to see me do something with the Bulgasari. I don't have one right now. Um, so yeah, I mean, and that's also probably why my robots are only all at level 9. I stopped most of them at level 9, um, because I want to be able to get all of them up to level 9 at least, so that I know I can play them in Champion League. Um, so I can make videos for you, or take requests. That's what I'm working towards. I'm not there yet. Um, but yeah, I think VIP needs to get a boost. I think that's probably a little more for a discussion on the economy, which I still need to get back to. I owe you guys that stream. Unfortunately, I had the technical difficulties, which I think are all solved now. So I will be bringing that stream back to you guys still, because that's a whole lot of topic to talk about with the economy. But hopefully that I don't know why we can't do that, Vishal. We definitely should. But we'll see if they make that change in the future. I don't know if they will. You can equip some shock trains or scourge on the bow. Sorry. Well, I do have the scourge. I do not own a single shock train, and that might be the one thing that I never get. Just not my thing. I just something about them. I can't bring myself to make them or buy them or equip them. Heck, I don't even like testing them. They've made several changes to them on, and I test them on the test server. They say they changed something. I'm gonna test it on the test server, but I can't bring myself to actually play shock trains. Viper says, huge suggestion. Be able to trade weapons and robots. Example, you can trade an Orkan for a Tehran. Um, I think that's kind of the idea they had with the conversion in the workshop. But for full weapons, I'm not exactly sure how that would work. I think they would have to place a value on them. But yeah, I mean, I guess that would be helpful. I mean, I've got a ton of extra, Orkans, and I don't use any. I don't have Orkans on my hangars at all. They just with Last Stand, it took the Orkan out of the game as far as I'm concerned. But you know, I don't know. That could be a good idea, but oh, oh, you mean trade with another player? Okay, well, that would be cool. Um, and personally, I wish I could give some of my extra gear to players that you know haven't had the luck to get it, or I mean, gear that I know I'm never going to use. I would love to be able to gift to somebody. The only problem that I personally see with that is you start. I mean, you look at it, any game with an auction house, that game is just loaded with third party, farmers and sellers. It just it's a mess. Um, um, but it would be nice to be able to do that. I agree. I don't know a way that you could do that and prevent people from, using third party markets to, just buy certain things for real cheap. Shaw said, returned to War Robots after 3 years. He played on Iron Force for 6 years. Best thing they had was they could upgrade tanks and technology altogether. Yeah, and that would be great if we could do that. It says paint gave him extra power too. I wouldn't be opposed to paint, if they want to find a way to give players a good feeling about, okay, I'm doing something to boost my economy somehow, you know sell me a paint job for 500 gold that gives me 1% extra silver in a match. It's not game breaking, it's not really helpful, but it's not game breaking, but it makes me feel a little better and I'm going to buy it. you know I mean, there's so many other things that Pixonic can do that would actually boost their overall sales. Um, I don't know. They should do stuff like that though. Um, but all right, guys. We've had a lot of good discussion on this stream. We talked a lot about the pilots. It seems like a lot of people are kind of apprehensive about the pilots. There's concern, about them. Some people are excited. But I'm kind of glad that we've been able to, kind of talk. Had some great chat participation. I appreciate everybody that was talking in the chat, and anybody that was just watching. Hey, I appreciate you guys all the same. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this stream, wrap it up, and bring it to a close. You know. This thing, do me a favor though. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I do plan on doing these kind of streams every week. And if you enjoy this kind of stream, I guess some people say it's similar to a podcast. Hey, let other people in your clan know about it. Anything you can do to help me out, that would be greatly appreciated. And I will be getting in contact with Islander sometime later this week to try and maybe see when he's available for doing another stream. It's going to be on different topics, but I do want to get him on. Especially, I'm an iOS player. He's on Android, so I think there's some benefit to getting some voice from Android side, on. And if there's any of you viewers out there, that play on Steam or PC, Game Room, get in contact with me. Let me know, some of the things that are affecting you. And anybody that's watching, please, after I post the video, should be up probably later tonight on my YouTube channel. Stop by, drop a message in the comments if there's a specific topic you want me to cover on a future stream like this. And I want to I want this platform, this streaming platform here Sundays to be your voice. Like I said, right now I probably don't have anybody from Pixonic watching, but I know at some point I will. And I really want to build this stream to help everybody out, because I love this game. It's hella fun. There's a lot of great people. I love my clanmates. I look forward to playing it every day. I like chatting with them on Discord, getting to know everybody. It's a lot of fun. And I know it's a lot of fun